Welcome back to Homesteader's channel. My name is Becky. I'm a homesteader here in Central Florida. I grow in zone 9A. So this is pretty much what to sow in August. If you're in zones 9 to 10, I'm sure this will be helpful. The first 2 weeks of August, I'm going to be planting these, which you can plant these 2 in August, the whole month of August. You can try to plant lima beans. You can try to plant corn, carrots, we'll start carrots, eggplants, bunching onions, peppers like I did today, some winter squash, tomatoes, of course, okra, peas, beans like climbing beans, watermelon. One of the main things you should start in August is tomatoes. I started mine already, and after I show you all these different types of vegetables and fruits and herbs and flowers you can start here in Florida, I will also show you after the types of tomatoes, the varieties that I am starting here in Florida. So for sure, number 1 is tomatoes. You can grow herbs all year long, but for sure basil right now. You can also start gooseberries, southern peas. You can grow yard long beans. You can also grow winter squash, like different pumpkins. Here's a picture of all different types of winter squash. You can start summer squash, and this is a little chart of all different types of summer squashes. You can start tomatillos. You can grow eggplants. You can start cabbage, Brussels sprouts. You can start Ethiopian kale. You can start mustard seeds. You can start Asian greens, which this chart shows some of the different Asian greens you can grow right now. You can start seeds of arugula, Largo spinach. You can start jewels of opar, Malabar spinach, which grows well right now, butterfly pea, which is edible and people use it for teas. A good vegetable is kohlrabi, cabbage, so you can have it in the fall, ashwagandha, lemongrass, and pigeon peas. You can start winged pea, edible hibiscus. You can also start turnips and plant sweet potato slips. Now when it comes to flowers, you can definitely start lots of flowers, but easy ones for home gardeners can be marigolds. You can start zinnia seeds, which are perfect for beginner gardeners, and anybody can grow these in the heat. You can start salvia flowers. You can start tropical sage, which grows great in Florida. Celosia will give so much color to your garden. Cosmos are really easy to grow from seed. Those are great for the garden. And of course, my favorite, sunflowers. You can grow them in August. I would just always experiment very small quantities, nothing crazy if you're curious if it grows well in a certain month. But for sure, peppers and tomatoes is a thing you have to sow like right now. You can try to plant sow all those seeds in the month of August. We got a chip drop today, and that just kind of reminded me, oh, I need to sow some vegetable seeds because I was waiting on this chip drop so I can fill all my raised beds with them, because there's no way that I'm spending money on wood chips when I can get them for very cheap, and a whole truckload can just dump them in front of my house. So that happened, and today I am sowing some seeds. So I'm going to show you what I sowed today. When it comes to 9A, I mean, every year is always different when it comes to the temperature. It's been raining like crazy here, and it's just been probably the hottest summers in Florida in a while. So as of July 31st, I have planted some herbs, planted some basil, some cilantro. I planted actually some stevia and some orange bulldog pumpkin, which is a pumpkin created by the University of Georgia that was trialed for warm climates, and that was very productive in the heat. So I have some of these growing. I didn't grow too many. I have 3 of these, and then I sowed some more over here. So I usually use soil blocks. Now I usually do grow in soil blocks. These are all sunflowers. Like I said earlier, I have become a flower farmer as a registered nurse, as the Homestead nurse. I actually started farming full-time this year. I didn't make a big deal about it just because, I mean, I don't put out that many videos about my personal life. So whoever does follow me, I don't know how many people do follow me from the beginning of my channel. This transition has been really important part of my journey as a homesteader, because I always wanted to be a farmer, a flower farmer. So these are just some of the soil blocks. I only do soil block when I grow flowers. So I do grow vegetables in soil blocks, but if I don't have any room in under my lights, then I usually use the trays. So later on I use some soil blocks, but today I'm just using the tray. I don't have that much plastic. So the plastic that I do use it. And so with these, I use my own soil mix. So the soil mix is I just put some, I don't measure really, I just put some compost, equal amount of compost, equal amount of peat moss, and then I put some vermiculite. I had whatever bone meal I had left over. Yeah, so I put some green sand in here, some vermiculite, some peat moss, and some compost, and that's it. It's kind of soft. So on my first row here, my first couple of rows, I have planted tomatoes. I have Homestead tomato in this row, so about 3, 6, and I put 2 seeds in each cell. So I have Homestead tomatoes, Florida Day tomatoes, Everglade tomatoes, and then I have pepper. I have Aja, I don't know, I'll put that up on the screen, I'm not saying it right. Pepper, it's a Spanish pepper that's used to make these seasonings. So I'm excited to grow them. Bulldog, this one here, the orange bulldog. Pumpkin, I sowed in this row, which I still gotta put some soil. And then I have scallop squash, that's a summer squash. Basil, cilantro, and I have a row of lettuce. It's a little early to plant lettuce. Usually I start planting lettuce like in September, in October, but I mean right now I'm just experimenting with it. I have 40% shade cloth on top of, all my raised beds, so I don't know, we'll see if it grows. And I'll put like have a video, I'll link that here. Like I put like a netting around my lettuce and it didn't get eaten by bugs, so that's pretty much the key if you are growing in raised beds. Now I guess if you're growing in rows in the ground, you can do like a tunnel of that. And then I have here sage and dill. So that's what I'm planting today. I have this cute little handy thing I got actually for, I think, Christmas last year. So I'll just wet this. I usually wet my soil first before I plant, but I didn't do that. I forgot. Sometimes I forget to do it. So I'll bottom water from here on out though. So I go ahead and I just top off some vermiculite everywhere, which helps tremendously with moisture and anything that grows on the surface. So that's some tips of what to grow in August. Comment down below on what you're growing in your zone and what you're sowing in the month of August. Are growing in zones 9 or 10, please put on the comments below what you're starting when it comes to seeds in the month of August, so it can help other people to kind of get an idea of what to plant. It's always helpful to know who's growing what in your zone, right? So as always, if you like this video, please like it, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay well, friends.